All right, y'all. So I haven't seen a bunch of videos on this yet, but I want to talk about this. We have this upcoming Harry Potter series for HBO. We did a video talking about John Lithgow's comments in regards to J.K. Rowling, and he seemed to play like a fence sitter. He's like, I don't understand what all the drama is about. Why are people so upset? I don't get it, even though a close friend of his wrote him a letter asking him to reconsider because of J.K. Rowling. He seems to act oblivious to everything. And here we have the actor for Snape in the show, Paapa Essiedu, I think that's how you pronounce his name, coming out and defying J.K. Rowling directly to her face, which I'm sure she's not happy about this. This is a pretty bold thing, right? So this is part of the new cast for the show. And from what I read, she's involved with this show. So for him to come out and say this and do this directly in her face is pretty bold. Now, I haven't seen any videos, like I said, from the Chud channels, from the Grifty guys. I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure they're coming. But here it says, Harry Potter TV series star pledges trans solidarity in open letter. Papi Essiedu, I believe, who was set to play Severus Snape in HBO's upcoming television adaptation of the Harry Potter series, is among more than 400 TV and film professionals who have signed an open letter pledging solidarity with the trans community following the UK Supreme Court ruling on the legal definition of sex. The letter, started by development producer Sid Strickland and script editor Jack Casey, expressed solidarity with the trans, non-binary, and intersex communities who have been impacted by the Supreme Court ruling. The country's top judges rules that the protected characteristic of sex in the 2010 Equality Act referred to biological women and excluded trans women. Here's where things get a bit dicey. I want to be very clear on my stance here. I've talked about this in great detail through other videos, but I want to just sort of summarize it here for you guys. There's a big difference in a celebrity trolling online, shit posting, getting involved in meme culture. There's a big difference in that and using your weight and finances as a celebrity to attack communities. There's a big difference in that. I'm talking about like someone getting online and reposting a meme or something like that. It's awful, but it doesn't impact the communities, at a political level. It doesn't actively take rights away from them. J.K. Rowling actually participated in this case by helping to fund it. It says the case was brought by Gender Critical for Women Scotland, who were given financial backing by Potter author J.K. Rowling. They asked the court to consider, is a person with a full gender recognition certificate, which recognizes that their gender is female, a woman for the 2010 Equality Act. So this is Rowling going out of her way to spend her own money to go to the highest court she can to try and disparage trans people. It's gone beyond, like, is she transphobic? Does she post transphobic stuff? Is she hateful? This, that, the other. It's gone far beyond that. She actually spent money on this. It's a big deal. I know some people want to overlook it. There's a difference in a celebrity who does activism through social means and things like that, and somebody who literally pulls out their money, their credit card, pulls out stock money, whatever it is, to fund something going to the government to take rights away from people. There's a fundamental difference in that, in my opinion. It says here, the ruling is expected to have wide-ranging implications not only for the trans and non-binary community, but also for public bodies, organizations, and services who will need to update their policy on inclusion in single-sex spaces to reflect the judgment. The letter has been signed by Fantastic Beasts star Eddie Redmayne, The Last of Us favorite Bella Ramsey, and Bridgerton's Nicola Coughlan, as well as a number of writers, producers, and actors. All the signatures believe the ruling undermines the lived reality and threatens the safety of trans, non-binary, and intersex people living in the UK. The letter went on to say the UK film and television industry is at the forefront of cultural change. In recent years, we've come together in response to the Me Too and Black Lives Matter movements and reflect upon our working practices and uplift a broad spectrum of voices in our society. And this is, like I said, this is a cultural thing. So there is definitely something there that needs to be looked into, and they're trying their best to do it. They're not always going to get it right, but at least they were trying to do something. This ruling sets all of that back. Sets all of it back. Like, you can turn a blind eye to all of it, and it's totally okay now. It says here, it goes on to say, we must now urgently work to ensure that our trans, non-binary, and intersex colleagues, collaborators, and audiences are protected from discrimination and harassment in all areas of the industry, whether on set, in a production office, or at a cinema. Film and television are powerful tools for empathy and education, and we believe passionately in the ability of the screen to change hearts and minds. This is our opportunity to be on the right side of history. So this letter is basically saying, regardless of what the courts say, we are going to commit to making sure that we still do the right thing, whether it is something the court systems want to recognize or not. And this is what true activism looks like, because we talked about rainbow and pink capitalism before on my channel, and how a lot of these outlets like Target and Amazon, all these other companies that basically rolled back all of their values because of a change in administration and the concern that they might get talked bad about. That's why they did it, because there was nothing forcing them to do it. They just did it anyway. This is what true activism looks like. When someone in the face of opposition stands with marginalized people, this is what allyship looks like. You do it in the good and the bad times. So when Target comes along and they say, oh, we're going to start doing Pride merchandise again once there's a change in political climates and stuff like that, once that change happens, that is fair weather. It's what you call a fair weather friend, fair weather corporations. They don't care. They're capitalistic. This is activism. There's a difference. Essiedu's signature might prove surprising, given Rowling's gender-critical views following the court's verdict. The author confirmed that she had donated £70,000 or $93,000. It's a lot for hate. In a post on X Twitter, she shared a photo of 2 glasses with a caption heralding what she called Turf VE Day. I didn't see that one. To be fair, she's so hateful, I try not to keep up with everything she does. In a second post, Rowling, who also writes crime novels under the pseudonym J.K. Galbraith, I can't ever pronounce that. Galbraith? Yeah. So uses a male identity to write things. In the comments, how do you pronounce that? Tell me. Posed with a cigar and cocktail writing, I love it when a plan comes together, seemingly a quote from a cigar-smoking Hannibal Smith, a character in the 80s TV show, The A-Team. I'm so old that I knew what that meant, but they had to point this out for everybody. I think that's it from the article. Look, this is what it looks like to be a true ally. When someone does something like this, because keep in mind, this is he's already in a position to receive hate from people just from being a black actor playing a role that they want a white actor to play. And there's a lot of that drama online. But within that casting and being in that role, and then also saying, I know that J.K. Rowling doesn't like trans people. J.K. Rowling has done everything she can to take rights away from trans people. I am still going to speak up on behalf of trans people as an ally, as an activist, as someone who believes in inclusion, somebody who believes that everyone should be treated like human beings. This is what it looks like. And I really appreciate this. I think this is great. I can't wait to see what spin the Chud Space is going to put on this, because whether they cover it now or when the show comes out, this will come back. This will come back. As of me recording this video, I haven't seen any of them say anything about it, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I will see you guys later. I'm probably going to be live when this video drops, so make sure you stop in the live stream and say hello. We're going to be talking about a ton of stuff. If you missed the live stream, you'll be able to watch it on playback. See you in the next video.